ICE is now under orders to arrest 3,000 immigrants every single day. That's over 1 million people a year. Sound extreme? That's just the beginning. From court orders being ignored, to student visas being quietly revoked, to a State Department shakeup designed to speed up deportations. If you're an immigrant in the US right now, you need to know what's happening and what your rights are. ICE's new daily quota, 3,000 arrests per day. Let's start with a shocking quota just issued to ICE. The Trump administration has officially directed ICE to arrest 3,000 people per day nationwide. That equals over 1 million arrests per year. According to reports, this demand came directly from top Trump advisors including Stephen Miller and DHS Secretary Kristi Noem during a meeting in D.C. ICE's Enforcement and Removal Operations, YARO, Division and Homeland Security Investigations, HSI, are now under pressure to scale up aggressively. And to make it happen, leadership within ICE is being replaced. Two senior officials, the Executive Associate Director of ICRO and the Executive Director of HSI, are out. They're being replaced by individuals expected to be more aggressive, faster, and more compliant with a new daily deportation goal. Local police now deputized to help ICE. This isn't just about ICE agents. State and local law enforcement across the country are being deputized under the 287G program to help ICE arrest undocumented immigrants. Only Vermont and Hawaii have not signed onto these agreements. That means in 48 states, local jails, police departments, and sheriffs may now be actively working with ICE. So, yes, even a minor traffic stop could potentially trigger an ICE detainer. Due process is under attack. One of the most disturbing developments isn't just the number of arrests, it's the mindset behind them. A Republican congressman from Tennessee recently made headlines by claiming that non-citizens have no right to due process and can be immediately deported. That is absolutely false under the U.S. Constitution. Everyone on U.S. soil, regardless of status, is protected by the Fifth Amendment. You have the right to remain silent. You have the right to legal representation. You have the right not to open your door unless ICE has a judicial warrant signed by a judge. State Department shakeup, from refuge to removal. Next, let's talk about the State Department, which is undergoing its own major transformation. A planned 15 to 18% staffing cut is affecting consulates and embassies worldwide. The Bureau of Population, Refugees, and Migration, once dedicated to helping migrants, is being restructured to focus on deportation support. Its new goal? Helping the administration return undocumented immigrants to their countries. This is a complete reversal of the Bureau's historical mission. Expect upcoming policy changes in the Foreign Affairs Manual, which could affect everything from visa decisions to consular interviews. Students under scrutiny. F1 and J1 visas targeted. The news doesn't stop there. International students are under fire too. A leaked State Department cable instructs U.S. embassies to immediately remove open appointment slots for F1 and J1 visa applicants. Posts have been ordered not to schedule new student visa interviews until a new social media vetting system is fully implemented. That includes enhanced monitoring for anti-American or anti-Semitic content. This delay could make it impossible for many students to arrive in time for the August semester. And it's not just delays. Many students could be placed into 221G administrative processing, a process that can stretch for months without resolution. Chinese students now in the crosshairs. In a separate move, the U.S. government has begun revoking student visas from Chinese nationals, especially those connected to the Chinese Communist Party or studying in so-called critical fields like nuclear engineering, cybersecurity, artificial intelligence. Senator Marco Rubio has spearheaded this effort, calling for aggressive revocations of these student visas. Meanwhile, Hong Kong officials are capitalizing on this crackdown, publicly offering to welcome American-educated talent who are being kicked out of the U.S. Green card applications back on. Good news from Massachusetts. Now for some positive news. A federal judge in Massachusetts just ordered USCIS to lift the pause on adjustment of status, asylum, and TPS applications filed by individuals who entered under Biden's parole programs like a CHNV, Cuba, Haití, Nicaragua, Venezuela. Uniting for Ukraine. Family reunification initiatives. USCIS had previously frozen those applications for months, citing a need for fraud reviews. But the judge said that's unlawful and ordered USCIS to resume processing immediately. That includes extension requests for parolees like Afghans, Ukrainians, and others. So if your case was frozen, this is a major win. USCIS is looking back and deporting. But beware, USCIS is not just looking forward, it's looking back. Cases from 2017, 2018, and 2019 that were denied for fraud or procedural issues are being reopened and referred to immigration court. One woman whose adjustment was denied years ago was recently served a notice to appear in court, despite not having any pending applications. This is part of a broader effort to increase deportations even among long-settled individuals. Travel caution for green card holders. Is it safe to travel with a green card? For 99% of green card holders, yes, it's safe. But stay under 6 months outside the US. Be aware that certain convictions can trigger secondary inspection or removal proceedings. Minor things like speeding tickets are generally not a risk, but misdemeanors or older criminal charges could be. Humanitarian parolees and adjustment. Still possible? For those who entered on humanitarian parole and married a green card holder, things are trickier. There's a waiting period for spouses of permanent residents to adjust status, and if parole expires in the meantime, they may lose eligibility. The judge's order to resume processing helps, but timing is now critical. These cases should be filed immediately if eligible. Know your rights, stay informed. This is a turbulent time for immigrants in the US. From 3,000 daily arrests, to student visa slowdowns, to backdated deportations. You must stay informed, empowered, and prepared. Check your immigration status, court history, and FOIA records. And most importantly, know your Fifth Amendment rights. You do not have to talk to IC. You do not have to open your door without a judicial warrant. And you do not have to go through this alone. If you liked this video, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and turn on the bell icon for future updates. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.